Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is September 9th, and that means day 252 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we printed out this very cool paper bag vase from a 3D scan of an actual paper bag, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 252 of the 3DP 365 project. Yep, it's a paper bag, but it's an actual scan of a paper bag, which is very cool. And this was actually converted from a point cloud, according to the author, and then made into a 3D printable model. So there's actually a technique to this. This is point cloud, where they actually go around and scan certain points on an object, and then they're reassembled, and you create an object from it. At least to my knowledge, that's how it works. And this one actually turned out really good. For being a paper bag, this scan actually looks really, really good. Now there's two different versions of the model. There's a solid version, which obviously is a lot easier for slicers to handle in vase mode, and it has a solid top to it. But the other version actually still has the little ruffling, and it looks like it's on a bit of an angle. So I don't know how well that would print in vase mode, especially with like a ruffled or rigid edges on the top. I don't think vase mode would work really well. So it was really good that the artist cut the top off of this and made it into a solid model so we could print it in vase mode, because that's how I printed ours. And this is some of that MatterHackers Pro PLA brown, which looks like they're chocolate brown. And it's the only brown I have. I have that blonde color, but that's really not really a brown color, and I wanted something that looked like a paper bag. And this actually turned out pretty good. I think it actually does look like a paper bag, because it actually is a paper bag, but the color of it does. And there was only one problem with the print itself, and I'm not exactly sure what happened. I watched the print up till about right here, but then after that, on that corner there, and I haven't really looked at the model to see if there's a problem, but you can see it's super muddy over there. But the purpose of this is I wanted to have a little trash can for all my scrap PLA while I'm printing. Because currently, and let me grab this for you. Reach down here and grab it. This is what I currently use to put all my scrap PLA in. And I wanted something a little bit better than this. And I'm probably still going to use the plastic bag, because we like to save all of our scrap PLA. It doesn't go in the garbage, because eventually all of this will get recycled. And we do have some projects coming up for next year that's going to involve some of this recycled PLA. So I wanted something a little bit classier, I guess you could say, than this. So I found this up on Thingiverse, and then once I had it downloaded, I sent it over to Simplify3D for slicing. In Simplify3D, we used a 0.2mm layer height, and we enacted vase mode, and I used 4 bottom layers, and we printed this out at 45mm per second. And according to Simplify3D, it was exactly 6 hours and 1 minute to print. And I believe it took about 6 hours and 1 minute to print, because normally vase mode estimate prints are usually pretty spot on. It's only when you have a lot of travel moves with your prints, multiple parts and stuff on the build plate, that Simplify3D does a really good rough estimate of time. But I found you can usually add about 10% of time to whatever slicing you're doing, unless it's in vase mode, and you get a better accurate idea of how long it's going to take your print to take, and as far as time goes. The rest of the estimates I think are pretty spot on as far as like plastic uses and stuff like that, but times are pretty much off when it comes to models, except for vase mode. Vase mode seems to be pretty close to the right timing. But other than that, the print itself, besides that big goobery edge on it, which is, it's a bummer that it turned out like that. It's kind of funny that it happened after I stopped watching it. But whatever, I'm going to use it as a trash can to put all my PLA in. But the print itself, it actually turned out really, really nice. I like it. There's a lot of that resonant waving on here, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. The only thing I haven't really had a chance to do in my printer maintenance was really tighten up the belts going across the top here, because they didn't look that loose. And I asked a couple of people and they said it doesn't really look loose. It could be tightened, and I'm sure it's probably a good idea to tighten it before it gets even looser. So that might be something I'll do over the next couple of days. But for now, I'm happy with the print. I think it looks pretty cool, even with the little resonant waving. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but you'll see it in the close-ups and at the end. But the resonant waving is quite apparent on the print. But as far as a trash can goes, this is perfect. It's a very practical print. It's very cool too, because it's a 3D scan of an actual paper bag, which to me is pretty awesome. Well, that about wraps it up for day 252 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, check out the MatterHackers, GearBest, and Amazon links down in the description. Those are affiliate links. So if you click on those, it'll kick a little bit back to the channel when you make a purchase, and it won't cost you a penny, and I really appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.